Thank you for joining my YouTube channel again. Today we're talking about distance between 2 points. Now, this has to deal with coordinates here because we are dealing with something graph. So, if you are dealing with a point, is a coordinate. So, because if you have a point, you can trace it to the x-axis. Having a point here, let's for example, you have a point here. This is a point. You can trace this point, that very point you are seeing me, this point you can trace it to the y-axis, you can equally trace to the x-axis. It is a coordinate. Now, we are not given 2 points in the question. Look at the point P and the point Q. You can see you can trace this to the y, you can trace this Q to the x. The same thing for P, you can trace it to y, you can equally trace it to x. Now, what's the distance between these 2 points? Distance along this slope. How can we calculate the distance between this distance between P and Q? What do we do? So to get distance between that, we are looking at distance along this path, right? Now, the best we can do is to form a triangle from this distance. Look at this triangular shape here. Then trace it to the x-axis. This is your x2, this is your x1, y is your y1, this is your y2. From there, if you look at this, already a triangular shape. With the help of Pythagoras theorem, we can come around and have this distance PQ to be gotten. So we can take our PQ, distance PQ, to be equal to what? Let me call this point R. Let me call this point R. Our point is R. So what do? PQ square from Pythagoras theorem, the square of PQ can be equal to what? The square of QR plus the square of PR. So we can have PR all squared, then plus what? QR all squared. Coincidentally, what's our PR? PR is distance between this P and R, right? And that should be x2 minus x1. The same thing for this. Distance between QR should be y2 minus y1. So it means we can now go write distance between PQ now can now be equals to what? PR square, where our PR square is x2 minus x1, everything all squared, plus y2 minus y1, everything all squared. So now, because we remove the square here, it carries square root, right? So this is the formula we're using. With this formula, let's solve this question. Say calculate distance between the following point A, 2 minus 3B is a point A, whose coordinate is 2 and minus 3. Coordinate B, whose point is what? Coordinate is 5 and 6. So what do? Go. We have this, we call this, okay, let me write that here so that A is 2, I have minus 3, then B is what? We have 5, 6. So what do? Let's call this x1, this is what? y1, this is x2, this is y2. So putting that into this formula that we have given, distance between A and B, so we are going to be having what? Distance between A and B, distance AB can now be equal to square root. What is our x2? x2 minus x1 is 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 all squared plus y2, that is 6, minus 3, that will be 6 plus 3. 6 minus, then minus 3, that's plus 3, all squared. So what do we have? That becomes what? The square root of 2 squared plus 9 squared. So what do we have? 81 plus 4. What do we have there? 81 plus 4. That will give us the square root of 85. You can leave it this way, or you can express it. What will be the square root of 85? That should give us 9.22. Approximately 9.22. So we have 9.22 given there. So that's what we have as a value, as what distance between 2 points there. So let's go. Haven't gotten that? Let's move to the next question. The next question says, let me call this question 2. We are having, what's the coordinate? I think I have P to be something there. What's P? P is 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2, then Q is 4 minus 4. I'll calculate the distance between PQ, yeah? So PQ, take the square root of everything, then x2 minus x1. This, don't forget, is x1. This x1. This y1. This x2. This is y2. So what do? x2 minus x1, that is 4 minus 3. 5 minus 1, 3 all squared. Plus, let me go back to my white pen. Minus 4 minus, that will be minus 2 all squared. So everything becomes what? 9 plus 4. Then taking the square root, that becomes the square root of 13. So that is the distance between. Then, if you are having it, you have that value, square root of 13 as the distance between the 2 points. Thank you very much. Join me in the next video.